Oh. Hey there. Hey there. I was trying to hide all of the junk over there. But I wanted to share this little tip that I found at Christmas time that made actually my life so much easier. And I cry every time I cook onions. I always have. It really, really irritates my eyes. And when I found this little tip by Alton Brown from Food Network, it changed my life. So I wondered if you weren't going to be able to see it. So the way that I've cut them, and yes, I have obsessive compulsive disorder. I'm actually diagnosed. So this, the way that it's cut is, and that's why I saved one just in case. You want to take your onion sorry, I'm getting nervous on live and I never normally do this. This, like this, because I'm not very good with my knife skills and somebody's going to be like, oh my God, you're going to cut your finger off. And I'm going to be like, I know. I've almost done it many, many times. So you cut it down you cut it down this way, which I've never done it that way. Oh crap. And it makes it easier to peel too. I did it with those a little bit, or not a little bit. I did that before. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm acting so freaking nervous right now, other than the fact that I'm completely stone cold sober. And usually I get a little liquid courage before I start this process. Let me go turn off. Oh my gosh. What do you mean? Stop. Well, there went an entire. Oh, screw you, Dad. All right, so that's unfortunate. So I'm glad that that actually happened though, because I try to do this channel as honestly as possible, because we're all real moms, if that's who's watching this, or real parents, and real life happens, and the kids are going to start screaming while you're trying to cook dinner, and then you're going to burn every freaking thing, and that's the way that life is, and you just kind of roll with the punches. So. For instance, I thought that this pan would be big enough, and it is for just cooking for me, because that's what I'm doing tonight. Because right now I am a single parent and share custody with my ex. Okay, so but I put it was such an awkward amount left in the box that I had to I wasn't just gonna leave it. So I'm doing a little side jar of this separate, and what I'm going to do is run this under some cold water right now, and then I'm going to drain it, and that's going to enable me to use this tomorrow with a different recipe for lunch, and then I don't have to think about it. In my washing machine, I was letting some stuff soak, and so now it's decided that it does not want to do that. So, by the way, you want to run it under cold water, which I know you can't see right now. The reason you want to do that is so that it stops the cooking process, leaves it a little al dente, and then tomorrow I can just throw it right back in some water and boil it. And I realize that some people are going to be like, yeah, no shit. But the fact of the matter is I didn't know that until I worked in a restaurant, and so, that might not be common sense to everybody. So if you are my brother-in-law watching this and you said that, screw you. He's that kind of jackass who does that. He's worked in restaurants forever, and he thinks that everybody knows all of these things inherently. And I'm like, no, John, not everybody knows, how to cut an onion that way, and that it, saves your eyeballs. Also, why didn't you tell me when you sat there watching me cut onions and it was burning my eyeballs? And why didn't you tell me about this amazing trick? So, sorry, I had to put the macaroni to the side. All right, so once I'm trying to figure out what angle to do this at too. All right, so once you've cut it that way and you've peeled it, all you have to do is come down the side like this. And yes, my knife skills are terrible. and you do it like that. But see, you can do this too, and you're probably doing it better than I am because I literally just stabbed myself in the thumb right there. And then that's all you have to do. And then like for this one specifically, like I'm gonna probably peel back this little layer, but maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, it's like the easiest thing, and it only took me like a few minutes, and I'm not crying. I mean, I'm crying on the inside because this. See, I almost cut my finger off again. This video is a joke. But who cares? You're not really watching it for this anyway. You're just watching it. I mean, to hear me talk. You're not watching it to hear me talk. Anyway, I'm gonna have to re-record this fucking video now, jackasses. Not you, jackasses, me. See, this is terrible. And I was trying not to curse in these videos because this is the channel that I wanted my kids to be able to watch and see mommy when they don't have me. Darn it. Nothing's going right tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Who cares though, right? Anyway, and I just wasted an entire load of laundry detergent, so that's cool. It's not a problem. Anyway, this is a dinner that I started making a while back when that's all I had. And this should be the temperature now. I don't know if you can tell. It's on super low. So it's not even on like a high setting. Oh, and then you just cut the little butts off. I don't know why I'm doing it now. Oh, and this one like had a bad spot on it. So I did have to kind of like jail rig it. See, I just need to not talk through this. Like I can sit here and do this all day long with everything the frick else that I do, but I can't cook and talk at the same time. That's like Landon, I would always be like, Landon, you gotta go away or I'm gonna burn you on accident. He's like, why would you burn me, mommy? I'm like, oh my God, the drama, stop. Like, I'm not trying to burn you, but I'm gonna accidentally burn you. Please walk away. And he'd be like, but I want to help. And I'm like, you're gonna get, and then he'd be like, I'm burned. And I'd be like, oh my God. Look, I can see the future. And I know my clumsy ass self and my clumsy ass son. Although I hear he's not as clumsy these days. I don't know. I haven't seen him in a long time. My ex is a jackass. Oh, and if my ex is watching this, stop being a jackass and let me see my fucking kids. All right. Oh, and look, I didn't cut that far off. But see, like I can't do it. All right. So here's the cool part about what I just did. Okay. When you do it that way, all you have to do, which this pan is not a good one to do it in. I have a really cool copper one that's like that. That's so easy to do it in, but it's such a huge pan. It's like, it always feels stupid when I'm doing like little tiny onions like this. But if you set them down like that and let it start simmering, by the way, it smells freaking amazing. And I haven't done anything but put a little bit of butter, a little bit of oil, and a little bit of bacon fat in the bottom of this cast iron skillet. And that's it. And then usually I'll put some salt and pepper on it at one point for this specific recipe that I made up, and it's delicious. But anyway, you just sit there like this for a minute. And when I notice with the oil, which for this, it kind of burned off a little bit. When I notice that the oil kind of burned off, I'll just put like a little bit more. Butter is amazing, but it like, you see how it's like fizzing? I don't like the fizz because it pops up and it hurts me. I'm having a minute here, guys. It's embarrassing. Also, I do, like, I talk shit on my other channels, but I'm not, that's all I'm doing is talking to the camera. I'm not actually, I just need to pretend that there's a friend in the room. Maybe that's what I need to do is actually, like, get a friend. That'd be incredible. If you want to be my friend, just call me. If you don't know my number, ask me for it, and I'll check out your profile and see if you look like a creep. And then, yes, if you're a creep, but no, if you're not. I can't have any more normal friends because they all remind me how abnormal I am, and it's really annoying. Anyway, so this is going to sit there and simmer and smell delicious for like ever. And that's the other part that's unfortunate. This part takes the longest. And normally it takes about about 20 minutes to 30 minutes. And that takes about 20 minutes, but then by the time everything gets finished, like I'm just dumping everything in the pot. But I'm using a smaller pot tonight because I'm by myself, which I hate being. Normally I have my roommate or friends over or this little boy that keeps following me around that I love. He reminds me of my son. And I told him that. I'm like, this is really weird, but you remind me of my son. And he's like, that's okay. I'm just going to keep following you around. He thinks I'm the coolest. Okay, so look how they fell apart. It's so freaking cool, and it tastes like a Bloomin' onion, or like I worked at Texas Roadhouse for years, and so it tastes like the cactus blossom, but it doesn't have all the breading on it, which I like. Even though I'm too skinny right now and I could use some breading, I just don't like it because it holds on to the grease too much. And I'm going to test one of these, or 20 of them. So that's going to cook and smell delicious. I'm going to put a little bit of garlic in it. I'm toying with this cilantro avocado thing. I'm not in love with that. I'm going to do some hemp hearts, and I know that this sounds really gross, and then I'm just going to put like this whole freaking, oh, you can't even see what I'm doing. She's Louisa's Robin. And then I'm going to do like this whole thing, well, not whole, because the last one was the last time, like a half a jar of mayonnaise. It's so freaking good. And then I put a little bit of, that's olive oil from sun-dried tomatoes. Those are chili peppers in adobo sauce. There's a tiny little bit of balsamic vinaigrette if I need to cut through the fat of this guy. And by the way, I don't know that any of those words are correct, but like, you know, professional chef terminology. Sorry, my jackass brother-in-law is just constantly correcting me when I'm in the kitchen, and I'm like, dude, I'm not a professional chef. Also, I don't care. Also, you're kind of being a jerk if you're in my kitchen and I'm cooking you dinner. So please correct me kindly. And he wouldn't do it. So, oh, and I make terrible messes. I was trying to make my kitchen all clean. That's what really got me. That and the lack of liquid courage. But I don't have any tonight. Oh, except for this, which is iced tea. Anyway, that's about done. And I always like hook some like the pot holder to this because I cannot tell you that even though I use this pan all the freaking time, like almost every morning to make breakfast, I still grab the hot Handle. I don't know why. Something isn't right in this stupid large head of mine. So, and I mean large as in fat. Oh my gosh. I also have a horrible, debilitating arthritis that I've had since I was 10 years old. So even though I'm only 30, opening that was very, very difficult. And I always smell to make sure it's okay. And it is. So the other oil was the last of the olive oil, and I don't have that jar anymore. But you know what olive oil looks like, or else I don't care. So you just put a little bit more. I just keep eyeballing it. And I know that this, because I'm a clinician, former clinician, I need to say this. This is a huge tub of bacon fat. That is all that mother thing is. And no, you shouldn't lick the spoon and then dip it in the jar. No, you should not eat straight fat, especially that much. But I do not have an eating disorder. I have a food processing disorder, and I'm hypoglycemic. So any amount of calories that I can add into my diet in a safe way is good. So I don't eat actually that much bacon, but that's why there's so much of it, and that's why I glob so much of that fat onto this. So if anybody has any recommendations for something that's a little bit of a healthier oil for somebody in my situation specifically, because hypoglycemia is not very common, is my understanding, unless you have some kind of endocrine disorder, which apparently I do, because I have to see an endocrinologist. And the people who are like, I don't really care, I was just trying to see about the onions. Like, you could have stopped watching, like, as soon as they went in the pan. And I said the whole thing about 20 minutes, so you can stop watching now. I mean, I don't care. You can keep watching if you want to, and you want to listen to me. But, or if you can't reach the phone, and you're sitting there like, God, will this lady shut up? Anyway. But these things smell amazing. I hope yours look the same if you're cooking along with me. And you should cook along with me, and then it's like we're at the same freaking spot. And then if you're asking me a question right now, like, hey, why, like in your head, and you're like, dang it, why does mine not look like that? It's probably because you're not using a cast iron skillet, because I've tried this in every different form of pan that is under here, even though that's not where that's supposed to be kept. Oh, and you don't have to stir it this often. I'm just trying to do something while I talk so I'm not as painfully awkward. So, I'm going to eat those. I forgot what I was saying anyway. See, look, this is like the best video ever. Anyway, I'm going to go dump this. I'm going to open this can of tuna because even though I'm mostly vegetarian, I do try to add some, especially fish protein. The adobo sauce stuff, I'm going to decide on. So this whole recipe, you don't have to do the whole thing. The whole thing was just for the onions. But if you are like me and you are a single parent and you're like, what the hell do I have in my fridge? I bet you have all of those things, not the adobo. But I bet you got a can of tuna and some freaking onions and some mayonnaise. And you don't have to do the thing about the balsamic, but it really does. Like something about the tanginess. I don't actually like, see, you don't have to be a jack of all trades. You can be a jack of just, whatever the fuck you specialize in. Oh, these are already starting to get close to finished. But if you let them go, like you can caramelize the onions completely this way. That takes like forever. Even like, it takes longer than 20 minutes. I know that probably doesn't sound like forever to some of you, but for me, that's forever, especially if you've got your kids and they're standing next to you and they're like, Mommy, I'm hungry. And you're like, I know, me too. And I'm sitting here eating this and you're not. Please tell me I'm not the only one who does that and laughs at my children. No, I always give them some too after I laugh at them. Here, I'm going to try the fancy thing. I'm probably going to screw it up. No, I can't do it. It's too heavy. My arthritis is hurting today because it's cold. But see, that's all you have to do is do that. And he does this really cool, like, flippy thing. Like, they all end up going down to the thing, and he goes, whoop, and then they flip backwards. And the first time I did it, it was in that copper pan that's like that one. It was so freaking cool. I was like, I look like a professional cook. Chef. I don't care. Uh-oh, somebody's here. All right, talk to you later. I have to turn off the thing. Don't talk yet. Don't say anything. Shush. No, don't say. You already made a sound. I had somebody show up. You can come in. I don't know how to do this. Oh, there we go. End.